Hey friends, I'm Adrienne. Welcome back to Better Days Start Today. Have you ever said, I just need to get clear first? And then weeks go by and you're still saying the same thing. Or maybe you've said, I just need to be sure. I just need to figure this out. And still, those weeks go by and you're saying the same thing to yourself. Maybe you've journaled about it, meditated on it, phoned a friend, pulled a tarot card, and you still don't know what to do. I get it. It is so easy to believe that once we feel totally certain, completely ready, then we'll move. But the truth is, we wait. We stall. We stay stuck. And most of the time, it's not because we don't want to do the thing. It's because we've bought into a myth. We've been telling ourselves a story. The myth is that clarity comes first. First, you got to be sure. Then action. Once you figure it out, then you'll do it. Then the confidence arrives. But I figured out that that's just not how it works. In real life, the formula almost always works backwards, or at least out of order. So today we're talking about why waiting for perfect clarity is keeping us stuck, what clarity really is, and how to tell when you're already closer than you think, and how to move forward when you're still unsure. So I want to get into it. We think that clarity is something we wait for. The thing is, clarity is something we earn by getting into motion. We start doing things, and then we get clear on whether it's right for us or not. That action creates a feedback loop. We can all fall into these natural thought traps. What if I make the wrong move? What if this isn't the right decision? I'll act once I'm 100% sure. If this is right for me, I'll feel sure that it's right for me. I just need to think about this a little bit more. I'll know when I'm ready. Clarity is not something that drops from the sky and taps you on the shoulder. It doesn't come from perfect logic or 5 more days of thinking. In fact, the things that are right for us don't always seem logical. I mean, sometimes they do, but a lot of times they come from within you. And maybe nobody else has that vision, so they can't see it, so it doesn't make sense. But for you, it feels right. That's why we have to keep in mind that clarity comes through action, not before it. This may seem like an overstatement, like we could have clarity and then we do it. But I have found that even the things I feel the most certain about, sometimes once I actually am in it and I'm doing it, I realize it doesn't feel aligned. It's actually not what I want. It feels different than I thought it would. But we can't know that until we start doing it. I've talked about when I left my career, and I wanted to start a business for several years before I made the leap. But I kept telling myself that once I know exactly what I want to do, I'll leave. Once I know more about starting a business, then I'll leave. But the truth is, I was never going to be 100% sure. The day I handed in my resignation, I wasn't 100% sure. The first day I woke up not having that job to go to, I still wasn't 100% sure. But I was doing it. I found that the more distance that grew between the idea and the execution, I grew more resentful. I became more disconnected from myself. And I think that was because I wasn't trusting myself to know that I could make the right decision for myself. I didn't suddenly arrive at clarity. I got uncomfortable enough to move, to make a change. And that movement, that change, that leaving the career and deciding I'm going all in on starting a business, that's what created clarity. If you've been with me for a while, the stuff I talk about has changed a little bit. The podcast name has changed. It's because I'm not waiting to get everything 100% right. I'm going what I think is what I want. And when it doesn't feel in alignment, I figure out what feels more correct for me, what feels more right for me. Here's the shift I want to offer you today. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to feel open. You don't need the full map. You just need to grab a flashlight and take a step. The more you try things, even tiny things, the clearer it gets. I'll tell you another story. I was never athletic. Somewhere around 2016, I decided that I want my vacations to revolve around a physical activity or event. So that could be a marathon, a half marathon, it could be kayaking, a big hike, whatever it might be. And so I started planning my trips that way, and I loved it. After I did a couple of marathons, I thought I want to do more. And I had my eye set on this event, 29029 Everesting. In this event, you hike 29,029 feet, the vertical height of Everest, in 36 hours. You do it at a ski resort. So you hike up, you take the gondola down, and you repeat. And I had never done an event that revolved around climbing vertical feet. I had never done an event where you went 36 continuous hours. There was a lot I didn't know or didn't understand about this, but I had this idea that I wanted to see if I could do it. I wanted to push myself to do it. That was something I wanted to be able to say I could do. The time between hearing about that event, I think that was in 2018. I believe it started in 2017. I think I heard about it in 2018. 2019, it sold out. 2020, the pandemic happened. And then finally, I got to do it in 2021. But for a period in there, I was telling myself, well, I'll start hiking more. I'll start lifting more. I'll get stronger. Then I'll sign up for the event. Well, I got COVID, and that completely kicked my ass. There was no bouncing back from that. So rather than deciding, well, I'll keep waiting until I feel physically strong enough to do it, I decided I'm just going to buy the ticket and figure it out after I do that. Once I'm committed to it, I'll figure out how I'm going to get it done. Was I sure that I could do it? No. Was I sure that the experience and the suffering and the preparation and everything that went into it was going to be worth it? I wasn't. Since then, I have done that event 5 times. I've finished it all 5 times. I've done a triple mountain marathon with that company. I have made some of my best friends from those events. I have taken trips with these people. Taking the leap and buying the ticket and deciding I will figure out how I'm going to get it done afterwards was one of the biggest leaps of faith I ever took. Betting on myself in that way physically. Showing up to an event where I had no idea what to expect. And it turned out to be one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. The day that I showed up to check in for that event, I still didn't feel 100% sure that I could do it. But I was going to show up and try anyways. It's a little bit of a different example, but it just serves as a reminder that you don't have to know if you can do it. You don't have to know how you're going to get it done. If that dream, that desire, that calling, that curiosity is on your heart, you just got to start taking steps towards it. And the more you try things, the more you get 1 degree closer to it, the clearer it gets. And we're going to talk all about getting clarity in this upcoming workshop that I have. It is Saturday, April 26th. It's called Clarity Without Overthinking. And it's not about solving your whole life in 90 minutes. That would be ridiculous. But it is about getting quiet enough to hear what's already been trying to speak. We're getting in touch with that voice that's within us, and we're listening to it so we can take that one next right step. I want to ask you, if there's something you've been waiting to feel 100% sure about, what if you didn't need to feel totally ready? What if 60% was enough to begin? I want you to consider what's the smallest, lowest stakes next step you could take just to see how it feels. Every time you get into action, you get feedback. The thing is, the stuff that is the most rewarding in life usually isn't easy. When we're doing something we've never done before, there's some figuring out that has to happen. You had to fall off the bike a few times before you could fully ride it without training wheels. when you were toddling around your house, you had to fall over and grab onto stuff and pick yourself back up before you can fully walk, before you had that figured out. But somewhere along the way, as we get older, we lose sight of the fact that that's how we figured things out. We just started trying them and we figured it out. As we become adults, we think, I got to figure this out and then I'll do it. But if we could just get back to that curiosity, the experimentation, the trying it anyways, we're going to build momentum and we're going to figure out what feels aligned for us in whatever season we're in. If this landed for you, if you're feeling the weight of indecision, the pressure to figure it all out before you move, I want to invite you to something that might help. I mentioned it. It's clarity without overthinking. It's 90 minutes to quiet the noise, hear your inner wisdom, and move forward with AI as your thinking partner. You'll experience my shift method, which will help you prepare for your session with AI, will help you create prompts that will get you powerful results, and will also show you how to integrate that insight into your life, all while listening to yourself and doing body checks and figuring out if it resonates rather than just blindly following whatever it gives you. So it's a full experience. And I know that you'll be able to hear yourself again as we work through this. It's a live workshop. The replay will be available. But this is a session where I teach you all about the framework, and then we actually put some prompts to work, and there's opportunities for questions and for coaching. These prompts, using AI as a tool, and the support that you'll get in the workshop will help you to walk away with your one aligned next step for whatever it is that you're overthinking. The workshop is Saturday, April 26th. It's 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. You can save your spot at adriancrowley.com/workshops. I'll put the link in the show notes or the episode description. This is a clarity session. You will have confidence and you will commit to your next right aligned step for whatever it is that you're feeling indecision about. You don't need a 5-year plan. It's nice to have one, but if you're in a season of life where you're just trying to figure things out, you need to create space to meet yourself where you are. And this workshop will help you do that. Just to recap, waiting for perfect clarity, it's a trap. It's like perfection isn't real. It is rare that we feel 100% certain and clear about things. The clarity usually comes after the first few imperfect steps. You don't need more thinking. You need more listening, more curiosity, more experimentation. If this brought something up for you, don't ignore it. That's your wisdom talking. It's time to stop waiting and start exploring and figuring out whatever your next right thing is. I would love to see you inside clarity without overthinking. Until next time, I hope you have an amazing week.
Thanks so much for spending time with me on Better Days Start Today. If you loved this episode, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the podcast, and leave a review. It helps more people find this space and start creating their better days too. And hey, don't forget to sign up for my newsletter at adriancrowley.com. You'll get exclusive tips, tools, and access to complimentary events designed to support you every step of the way. Until next time, remember, your better days, they start today.